Hey guys, and welcome to yet another awesome game of Total War Warhammer. I'm a Rubber Duck of War, and today I am not going to be playing Nurgle. I tricked you there. You thought I was going to be Kugath. It is my opponent, the mighty Natwig, the Skaven Warlord. Luckily for me, he's bringing Nurgle today instead. With a really fun, awesome build, going to be highlighting the new and improved Kugath Plaguefather. He's been hitting the gym and working out, and he is now a terrifying foe to consider, as well as the Festering Stooges, which are a pretty cool unit for sure. Over on my side, I'm going to be repping Kislev hard, including the Dar's Half Blades. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. The new Flaming Sword Maniacs of Kislev. Zargard Great Weapons with flaming attacks, as well as a one-use ability of the Song of Winter Sunlight, giving that vigor per second, lovely 100% there, basically reproducing all their vigor, which is certainly nice, and that works in an air of effect. So let's delve into it. It's going to be a game of domination on the Battle of Itza. We played a couple of really awesome competitive games, actually, so you're most likely going to see another one on the channel in the coming days, highlighting Grand Cathay and Tzeentch and their new units and changes. For myself, I'm going to be trying out the Ice Guard Glaives. They have got a bit of a points reduction here, which is quite nice, and of course, the Zargard Regiment round in the middle. Couple of Corsairs in the back. Looks like one is going to be Spears, one is going to be Basic, and we have a Little Grom, my favourite of all the chariots. We have a Winged Lancers on the right-hand side, as well as the Mad Shad Lad himself. I haven't brought him in quite some time. I tend to prefer Boris Urson, but I was like, hey, let's come in with those flaming attacks. My opponent's going to try out the new unit, and I really want to stop that regeneration, so we do have the Blaze of Devotion there. As my opponent, he is going to be bumbling and stumbling as Nurgle do towards combat. We have some Chaos Furies up in the skies, load of beautiful little Nurglings down on the low ground, and some Plague Toads on the right-hand flank. But this is what we're really here for. We've got Spawn, we have Kugath Plaguefather. Now, Kugath was already severely underrated. He was certainly outshone by his basic counterpart. There has been a bit of a counter to that. Pestilent Decay is now on Kugath, as well as the basic Exalted. That is going to cause a damage to combatants when he is in melee. It is going to be his glorious passive Mortis Engine effect. And on someone like Kugath, who's even tankier and harder to kill than Exotic Great and Clean One, he's going to be a nightmare to contest with, particularly due to the fact he can shoot back at the enemies which shoot him, which is one of the weaknesses, of course, of the basic Exalted Great and Clean One. Festering Stooges, Regiment Renowned Exalted Plague Bearers of Nurgle, are entering the foe. And not only do they have a bucket ton of, stat improvements, as you'd expect, they also come in with the Festering Gate, meaning they are going to heal and resurrect dead units, which is quite key to notice. And they have the Gloom of Flies. When engaged in melee there, they do gain the extra melee defense and can cause terror, which is incredibly scary stuff. They are going to be probably going toe-to-toe with, like, the Sternsman for the tankiest units in the game award. Nurglings get a blade rate on approach. The Zargard cleave them asunder with mighty flaming blades and push on to greater foes. Ice Guard does rain in some nice shots on Kugath. You can see he's taking quite the pound in here. Likewise, Little Grom is laying it on thick. I'm getting a little bit aggressive. I got a little bit overconfident. Be pushing forward towards my enemy. On the right-hand flank, I try a sneaky hit and run with the Winged Lancers. My opponent pulls out a really lovely play, though. Rear attacks me with the Furies, bogging down my units and stopping them from escaping the grubby hands and mittens of the Spawn of Nurgle. But we are going to be able to fall back here. We have some Spears moving up, looking to have them to contest the Spawn and hopefully get them off the battlefield. Likewise, a Snow Leopard is present. My opponent does have some Toads moving and hippity-hoppitying up on the left-hand flank, looking to try and surround me where possible. Looks like Chaos Furies have delved in to the Corsair Spears and actually handling them relatively comfortably. Now, Winged Lancers are going to charge in, doing devastating charge damage, and now the Ice Guard are moving up. We were able to get to the glorious engagement we all wanted. The Regiment Renowned Zargard up against the Festering Stooges here. Unfortunately, I did overcommit a little bit with the Cultists coming in, as well as the Beast of Nurgle. I thought, you know what? It's better to retreat here and fall back and get back into position, particularly if the Ice Guard rain in shots and kind of doing that nice support fire to cover our retreat. I thought it was worth it. Oh my god, look at the Flies and Decay just stinking. This is a Fly's wet dream. They launch a deadly salve into the rear of the Zargard there, doing some big damage. Now the Ice Guard Glaives are going to have to get their glaives dirty and jump on top of the Beast of Nurgle, who is currently receiving a bit of a heal here. And we're also going to get a summon of the Plague Bearers by the Cultists, which is going to be really problematic for me. Middle objective is going to be claimed by me, however. It looks like the Winged Lancers are tussling relatively effectively here with the Toads up on the high ground. Likewise, we have the Griffin Legion, who I believe have had a boost to their armor, I want to say. They have indeed been buffed regardless. They have some fantastic looking models as they charge forward. Lancers lowered, splintering into the flanks of the Toads. They're going to drag down that fell hellspawn and send it back from once it came. It looks like objective 2 is completely neutral for now. We have claimed the middle objective, but my opponent has claimed objective 3. We're struggling to break through the spawn of Nurgle, who are so tanky. We do have the Corsair Spears in support. It looks like the Snow Leopard is going to be pitter-pattering his light footsteps over to try to contest the Nurglings. I was hoping to get some cavalry around there as well to support at the same time. Little Grom is continuing to fire. He's basically only been shooting the big boy. He's been going after Kugarth, 0 kills so far, but it is up to 1,744 gold value. Still got some nice shooting going in from the Corsairs. Unfortunately, the Ice Guard are the ones getting dragged down by the Plague Bearers. Certainly not a fight that I really want. Starguard are doing a decent job trying to cleave them asunder with their mighty war swords. Ice Guard doing a decent job. We do have Wing Lancers as well as Griffin Legion starting to saunter up the left-hand side. Big shot comes in, though. Look at the damage. The Wing Lancers did not enjoy that whatsoever. We are lining up, though, for a downhill charge, and the Wing Lancers have arrived. The Griffin Legion in tow. Lancers lowered, lads, into the deep once more. That should allow us to hold this middle objective and actually push up off it. We do have the half blades going toe-to-toe with the Stooges. That flame attack's really going to help counteract their healing potential. We are going to be starting to carve them up. But likewise as our guard, more destined to fight armoured foes. No, they will do pretty decent damage with Kugarth on arrival coming into the screen there. I think we may suffer here a little bit as well, though we are going to be doing some nice damage. It looks like the Cossars going to be continuing to unleash hell on Kugarth. The Plague Father's Oriation does go down, though. That's going to be boofing up the Festering Stooges as well, and they shall hold. Griffin Legion charging into the enemy, trying to keep them off this middle objective for as long as possible. I do cap objective 2 before retreating that unit back to get healed up a little bit. They were quite beat up, unfortunately. Objective 3 is hotly contested. My opponent has it for now. These goddamn spawn and Nurgle. I just could not get rid of them for like the life of me. I was trying to force path through them. We'd have our Lord managing to push on to objective 3 now. Lovely, lovely Stream of Corruption goes down. My Corsairs doing some big damage to them, which is going to come in quite handy because I'm falling into the age-old trap, though. I'm trying to assassinate Kugarth. I want him off the field. I want him dead. And I've got the tools to do so, but he's got so much healing potential. He's incredibly tanky, of course, and so far up to 122 kills. Little Grom has managed to get on the scoreboard a little bit with his 7 kills, and in a very impressive 2.5k gold value. All those shots being aimed at Kugarth, but he is still looking at pretty healthy, half HP. We can now start to see his healing cap. Objective 2, I'm going to send over some armoured Corsairs to go help hopefully hold the objective. We are ahead tickets-wise, but not greatly, and I really need to wrestle control of Objective 3. So we have Wing Lancers rotating up and around past these spawn who have somehow beaten back the spear unit. They held against the cavalry. They spat in the face of my lord. They give no damns. Definitely the MVPs so far, because it's allowed my opponent to get some Furies over here and help support this objective. But with the Wing Lancers in tow, we should be able to deal with the Nurglings. At least you would hope, though the Snow Leopard has been forced off. Griffin Legion were pulled out of just the absolute flustercluck of this central engagement. It has turned red as well. Nurgle claiming the middle point here. Little Grom is skirting around, but he's not having the best of days. Griffin Legion contemplating their life options and where they're going to be going. It looks like the Festering Stooges have managed to regenerate a significant amount of HP here. They are such a tanky unit. I really love them. They're a really fun unit to use. You can see they've been healed up once again. They are near their healing cap, but they're up to a impressive 78 kills, so they have some really nice staying power. Armored Corsairs being hounded and harassed by this Cultist and Nurgle. Force pathing my way onto the objective, but it looks like I will only be met with a summon. Really nice use of the summon so far by my opponent. The Cultist and Nurgle have been rather clutch here. Griffin Legion are riding hard to the aid of the Armored Corsairs. We're actually going to kite backwards in a moment. I'm just going to pull back and try to drag away the Plague Bearers from the objective. Objective 1 is just swarming with Nurglings, boils, and pus of the most vile descriptions, and it looks like that objective is well and truly in my opponent's hand. However, Objective 3 is starting to become mine. Wing Lancers plus my lord as well as a Snow Leopard should be able to claim this objective relatively quickly. We even have some Corsair Spears on arrival as well. Snow Leopard is going to bound backwards though, looking to try to save Little Grom. He has 3 rounds of ammunition. That's still damage I can do on to the big boy or into the enemy infantry. Hopefully distract my opponent a little while longer while I get some Corsair Spears out onto Objective 2, because I really need to keep the double cap at the moment, as I am starting to struggle. I don't even have the double cap yet, but I need to get the double cap and have it for a while, because the actual main battle isn't going that great, despite the fact I've got the objective advantage right now, or about to have it. The glorious Snow Leopard has come in, doing some big damage actually to the cultists rather impressively, and Little Grom is no slouch in melee either. I mean, he's a freaking double bear with two lads patting them on the back and telling them they are the bestest of boyos. It looks like the Kossar Spear is taking quite a pounding by Kugarth, who's up to 179 kills so far. Objective 2 is being claimed by my opponent for now, but I've got Kossar Spears whipping up and around. We should quite comfortably be able to contest this up against one lone cultist. It looks like the summon was dealt with. Armored Corsairs able to kite relatively effectively, and now can also move on to that objective. And it's going to be a tough fight, though. You can see the Festering Stooges moving towards Objective 3. Wing Lancers do move out here. It looks like they are immediately jumped upon by some Nurglings. I don't know what they were doing. I think they were moving up and around to do a big rear attack onto the Forsaken, or perhaps to stop reinforcements coming in to contest the objectives. It looks like the Coastal Nurgle has been forced back. The Beast of Nurgle is pushing forward aggressively with Forsaken. The glorious Ice Guard charging, twirling their glaives and arcs of icy death. Forsaken getting just splattered there. And it's not going to be the greatest fight for the Ice Guard, but I was trying to save Little Grom. Probably a mistake with only 3 ammo if we're being realistic here, but with Kislev, we don't leave anyone behind. Objective 2 is in my hands for now. We do have, luckily, some more Corsairs and Armored Corsairs getting onto the objective. A couple of Ice Guard are being pulled off just so they can heal up and regenerate. Objective 3 is mine, but I don't know for how long. It's a very close fight. You can see the Festering Stooges, flies rotting around them, buzzing into the ears of the enemy, biting the horses, making them go into a bloody rampage. And they're doing a really decent job so far. I believe the Zargod, unfortunately for me, got forced off in the mid-game. I really couldn't get them into the best engagements, unfortunately. Again, probably not the best matchup for them, but we wanted to try them out nonetheless. There are some dervishes over here looking to try to parry and beat back the Chaos Furies. Cultists are being dragged down. There are a decent amount of Forsaken here, and the Festering Stooges push through the Winged Lancers and start to move on to the objective. And they are so tanky. They're going to be very hard to remove. Luckily, I do have the bad boy here, giving everyone those flaming attacks. He should be able to drag down the Festering Stooges. Hopefully, if anyone can do it, it's our boy. The Little Grom's been taken off the battlefield. We are summoning in some Winged Lancers, but what was a 2-to-1 cap is starting to be a little under threat here. It could well be a triple cap for my opponent's fact. It looks like it's going to be. Objective 3 is swarming despite my Lord's presence there, and Objective 2 is being lost. I thought I had enough troops over to hold it. I was mistaken. Armored Corsairs trying to beat back Furies. There's a load of Nurglings all over the battlefield, and the Cultist summons have been so far very nicely played. We do have some Winged Lancers on hot arrival. Unfortunately, my infantry is kind of all out running around on the battlefield or in cooldown, trying to heal up to come back into the battle. The Lord's going to retreat off. There's no way he can fight this. We've got a mixture of Forsaken, Festering Stooges, and Nurglings. And who's been the dominant force on the battlefield? I think Kugarth. I know a lot of people think Kugarth's a joke, but I'm telling you guys, with this new improved buff, the fact he has the air effect drain, he is gnarly because he can shoot back against those range units. 3,000 gold value, and he hasn't even been fully committed in combat, really, just using up his ammunition. Now, Objective 2 has fallen to my opponent. It is a nasty triple cap right now, and things are looking a little bleak. I still do have that ticket advantage. It's not going to last for too long, however. With Armored Corsairs and Corsairs coming into the action, the Ice Guard are also trying to beat back this beast, and Nurgle has been so tanky, so going to give her a little welcome to Mother Kislev and light her ass on fire. That's how we do a warm welcome, pounding them with shots and arrows, and yeah, that beast of Nurgle is going to get destroyed. The Ice Guard are finally free. I don't really know where to go, though, at this point. It looks like on all the objectives there is decent support. I can try and whip some units round to Objective 3. I believe that is what I do attempt to do. But look at this. So many Forsaken Nurglian blocking our path. There's zero chance I can claim Objective 1 ever now to the end of the game, with Kugarth dominating in the mid. I don't have enough time to kill him, unfortunately. We are going to push some cavalry up to Objective 2 alongside the Snow Leopard, as well as some infantry, I believe. And the rest are going to have to try to contest for Objective 1 and 3. But I'm certainly running out of time. 4,165 tickets to 3,570. I really need to stem the tide, and I need to stem the tide now. So Winged Lancers, Snow Leopard, who are aggressively pushing towards Objective 2. There are some Furies, though, nearby for support for my opponent. And I need the triple cap, if anything, at this point. I basically am like, alright, I don't think I'm going to be able to win this battle now. What I can do, though, is kill Kugarth. That is my dream. It is my mission. Armored Corsairs, Ice Guard, other Corsairs shooting. He does kind of a nasty stream of corruption, though. Over half my HP gone with one cast. Kugarth cackling to himself whilst conjuring up one or two new plagues to make Papa Nurgle proud. Kugarth, you devil. So powerful now. Looks like he's going to be going down here. Perhaps But I don't know if I've got enough time. I do start capping objective number 2. Looks like we are able to wrestle that from my opponent, but I can't get to objective 1 and 3 in time. It looks like a lot of my ranged troops are actually getting shut down. Kugaf shall live to fight another day. Very well played to Natwig. You may know him as Nathan as well. Pops up in some of our live streams. Very nice guy if you ever bump into him on kind of like quick battles or whatever. Always feel free to say hi to him and yeah, enjoy some good games against him. So yeah, close game all round. The Stooges, man. Oh my god. I chucked so much at them. I could not kill them to save my life. 1,520 gold value on them. Such a tanky unit. Going to be very, very good at holding objectives. Likewise, Kugaf, all bow before our new king. 213 kills, 3,400 gold value, an absolute chad. I must admit, I was impressed with the Ice Guard. They've had a bit of a cost reduction, 2.6k and 1.5k value on them. Not too shabby, nearly 3k on Little Grom. Unfortunately, the Regiment Zargard didn't perform that great, but this isn't an amazing matchup for them, unless there's Forsaken, because they're grinding through them quickly. Interesting to see, you know, we'll do a highlight video on them, I'm sure, later. This one was more about Stooges. Hope you guys enjoyed. It was a good fun one to cast. Been really enjoying playing these, and you will expect to see my opponent on the channel in the next day or two with an awesome Grand Cathay versus Tzeentch game. If you guys enjoyed, really appreciate it if you gave a cheeky little thumbs up. If you watched to this point, you probably did, or at least I hope so. And feel free to subscribe as well to the channel if you know, you'd like to see this kind of stuff in the future. Load of links down below to Twitch, Patreon, Discord. I may even drop this video on the same day as my other video and a stream. I just really enjoyed casting these, and having you know, the new tools to play with always gives a little perk to your ducky stride. So you may see kind of 3 videos out today, which is kind of unheard of for me. But yeah, and see you guys in the future. So until next time, guys, peace, peace. And as always, stay awesome.